Okay, situation. A simply supported girder spans 10 meters. The girder carries three concentrated loads, each 30 kilonewtons at 2.5 meters spacing. The girder also carries a uniformly distributed load of 15 kilonewton per meter throughout its length. And then we are given the girder properties. You're given the type of section. It's actually 2460 by 97 kilogram per meter. So this could be a wide flange section, no? You're given the area, the depth, the flange width, flange thickness, etc. Even the moment of inertia, yield strength, and the radius of gyration. So for the first question, which of the following gives the maximum bending stress? No? So pinapahanap sa number 1, what is the maximum bending stress? So bali FB, kailangan natin i-solve. So we can solve that by calculating or applying MC over I. No? Okay, pero bago yun, we need to solve for the moment, no? The maximum moment. So let's try to draw first yung simple span na sinasabi niya. Let's say this is the beam. Okay? So according to the problem, it has a uniformly distributed load throughout its length. Okay, tawagin ko na lang na W. And then meron daw tatlong concentrated load. Each has a value of 30 kilonewtons. So, tapos ang spacing 2.5. So, actually, because this is 10 meters, and sabi ang spacing daw nun is to 2.5. So, in short, ganito siya. Okay, so this is 2.5. 2.5. So, basically, yung sinasabi niya lang is for every quarter points, meron tayong concentrated load. Okay, na ang magnitude ay 30 kilonewton. So, lagay ko na 30. Okay. Now, to solve for the maximum moment, ang una lang kailangan gawin is to analyze this beam. Pero, just note that the W here is consist of the distributed load and as well as, don't forget, its self-weight. So, meron kasi ditong self-weight. So, yan dapat yung W natin. Okay? So, our W, dito ko na nakomputin, W should be 15 plus yung self-weight niya na 97. Kaya lang naka-kilogram per meter ito. So, you have to convert this into kilonewton per meter. To do that, 97, we just need to multiply by 9.81 para maging newton yung kilogram and then divide by 1,000 para maging kilonewton. So, our W is actually so it's actually 15.95 kilonewton per meter. Okay, so yan. So this is 15.95. Now, to solve for the maximum moment, we need to analyze the structure. Pwedeng i-drawing natin yung shear and moment diagram o di kaya pwede tayo mag-method of section. In my case, I will do both. So let's solve for the reactions first. So let's call this reaction on the right and reaction on the left. Now, because of symmetry, it is worth noting that the reactions would be equal. Di ba? It will be equal now. Because symmetrical naman yung loading. No? So, ibig sabihin, kapag nag-summation tayo ng forces y equal to 0, mangyayari lang, dalawang reaction ay equal sa lahat ng load. So, tatlong 30 plus yung W times L. No? 15.95 times yung length na 10. Okay, so therefore the reaction on the left and the right, which are equal, can now be calculated. So we have 3 times 30 plus 15.95 times 10 over 2. Okay, and that gives us 124.75. Okay, so yun yung reaction natin dito. So ngayon, pwede na natin i-drawing yung shear and moment diagram. Okay, for the shear diagram, we will have upward na 124.75. And then we have to subtract this area. Kasi pababa. So we have 124.25 minus 15.95 times 2.5. So that gives us 84.875. Okay, and then we will subtract 30. So we will have 54.875. And then we will again subtract this area. So minus 30, ito yun, 54.875. And then minus 15.95 times 2.5. So we will get 15. 15. Okay? And then subtract 30, so another, that will give us negative 15. Okay, so minus 30. So negative 15. So because of symmetry, guys, ima-minus na naman natin to. So I am guessing that ang value dito would be 54.875 tapos bababa. This would be 80. Lipat pala sa kabila. Okay? So bababa, magiging 84.875. And then dito, we will have 124.75. And then 0. Ayan. So yan yung shear diagram natin. Okay? So after that, we can calculate the moment diagram. So dito, halata naman na yung maximum moment will occur at the midspan kasi meron lang tayong isang point of zero shear. Ito lang. Ayan. Okay? So nandyan yung maximum moment. Alright? So anyway, computin lang natin isa-isa. So bali, computin natin area nito. That is a trapezoid, no? So ang area niyan ay 0.5 ng 124.75 plus 84.875 times yung length niya ay 2.5. So that gives us a moment of 262.03. And then we need to add another area. So yung area naman na to, triangle. Okay, so that is just plus 1/2 ng 54.875 times 2.5. Okay, and that gives us the maximum moment, 330.625. Siguro ibahin natin yung kulay ng moment. Okay, and again, due to symmetry, sigurado ako 262.03 rin to. Plus 0, 0. So ito yung moment diagram. Okay? And if we are going to report the maximum, bali ang maximum shear ay 124.75 and yung maximum moment, in this case positive, so 330.625. Okay? So, ngayon, paano kung ayaw ako mag-drawing ng shear and moment diagram? Pwede ba yun? Yes. As long as you know that in this particular problem, due to symmetry, the maximum moment will occur at the midspan. And because the moment will occur at the midspan, pwede ka ngayon mag-method of section. Tapos i-analyze mo either yung left or yung right. bahala ka kasi parehas lang naman yun, no? So let's say analyze natin yung left, no? I'll apply method of section. So bali ganito mangyayari, yung beam natin. Okay, so nandito yung reaction natin kanina na 124.75. Andito yung uniform load natin na 15.95. Tapos meron tayo dito ang concentrated load na 30, tapos meron din tayo dito, 30. Ang mga sukat niyan ay ito, take to 2.5. Okay, so dito ngayon sa loob nito, malalabas yung internal shear at saka internal moment. Okay? And because we know that this is the point where the moment is maximum, so pwede ko nang lagyan na ito yung Mmax. And kapag sinolve natin yung Mmax, we will just apply summation of moment. So taking summation of moment about the midspan, no? Let's say tawagin ko lang ito na midspan, about the midspan equals 0, assuming counterclockwise positive. So we will have, starting off with the reaction, 124.75, the moment arm is 5. And that's clockwise. Ito, yung moment arm. And then, the uniform load, so 15.95, ang total length is 5, tas ang moment arm is 2.5. Okay? And the rotation is counterclockwise. Ganda yan eh. Diba? So ito yung length niya, 5. Ito yung magnitude. And then the moment arm is half ng 5. Okay? And then the rotation will be counterclockwise. Next, yung 30. The moment arm of 30 is 2.5. And it's also counterclockwise. And then of course, yung isang 30, dapat, ano yun, dapat hindi ko nasusulat, pero palagay ko lang, that's 0. Kasi 0 yung moment arm niya sa midspan. And then lastly, yung maximum moment. All equal to 0. And from here, we should be able to calculate the maximum moment. Tignan natin. So we have 124.75 times 5 minus 15.95 times 5 times 2.5 minus 30 times 2.5. Okay, and that gives us 349.375, no? Let me just double check. Dapat kasi same ito dito. Ulitin natin. So 124.75 times 5, tama naman. 15.95 ito. Okay? This is the length, half ng length, and then 30 times 2.5, and then 0 lang to. Okay? So let me just double check my calculator. 124 times 5, 15.95 times 5 times 2.5 minus 30 times 2.5. Okay, so that is 349.375. So dito yung i-check ko baka dito yung mali. Yung 330 na to. Okay, so we have 1/2 ng 124.75 plus 84.875 times 2.5. So that's 262.03 tapos plus 1/2 ng 54.875 times 2.5. 330.62. Okay. Nakita ko na yung mali ko. Hindi pala to triangle, guys. Ano pala siya? Trapezoid. Sorry. Meron pala maliit dito na 15, no? So, galing dito, ang i-add ko dapat ay 0.5 ng 54.875 plus 15 times yung length na 2.5. So, yan. Parehas na yan. 349.375. Okay, so same lang yung maximum moment, no? Again yung area na to is trapezoid. Mukha lang triangle kasi pinagkasya ko lang, siningit ko lang yung 15 dito. Okay? So it should be 349.37. And as you can see, parehas lang yan. So whether you apply moment diagram or yung method of section, you will get the same maximum moment. Dapat, no? Dapat. So, syempre, again, kung board exam to, mas maganda ma-utilize natin yung method of section kasi hindi naman kailangan yung shear and moment diagram talaga sa board exam. Okay? So, gusto natin makuha yung maximum moment as fast as possible. And in this case, para sa akin, pinakamabilis, itong method of section. Kasi lalo na kung alam mo naman, no? Alam mo naman na nasa gitna yung maximum moment. So paano ko nalaman na nasa gitna? Because of symmetry, no? Because of it being symmetrical. Alright? So anyway, yan yung gagamitin natin ngayon. And then ano pang next? So para sa bending sets, may M na tayo. So yung I na gagamitin, of course, itong IX kasi kahit hindi sabihin, yung orientation ng wide flange is ganito. So, ibig sabihin, yung bending natin will be about the x-axis. Okay? So, meron tayong I, tapos yung C is half lang ng depth, no? So, pakita ko lang na malaki yung wide flange, ha? So, ganito kasi yung wide flange. Yan kasi siya. So, ito yung overall depth. Okay? And yung neutral axis niya, kasi symmetrical siya, so nandito sa gitna. So, ibig sabihin, yung C natin could be pertaining to either the topmost fiber or the bottommost fiber. Kasi parehas lang naman sila ng distance, no? So, ito na lang, kunwari, yan yung C natin, which is just D over 2. Alright, so therefore, for number 1, our FB is equal to Mmax, so 349.375 million, gawin natin Newton millimeter. Tapos yung C is D over 2. So ang D natin, 465. So 465 over 2 over IX, which is 445 times 10 to the 6. Okay. So our answer here will be in megapascals. Okay, and that gives us 182.54 megapascals. All right, and that would be our answer for number 1. Okay, next, what is the maximum web shear stress? For number 2, pag sinabi natin na web shear stress, this is actually a special stress for steel design. Okay? So, ibig sabihin yung web lang yung kinukuha. It has been proven that for a wide flange section, almost 95% is being carried by the web. No? Kaya to simplify the computation and para masabi kung para makuha yung directly yung web shear stress, ang ginagawa lang diyan, okay? So FV ng web is kung ano man yung maximum shear, di-divide na lang kagad ng overall depth times thickness of the web. Kumbaga parang dito, ang kino-consider na lang natin is itong web na to. Okay? And ganyan yung ginagawa natin sa steel design. Okay? And actually, yan din yung provided by the code. Pero ang explanation dyan, kasi pag sinolve mo yung lahat ng shear stress dito sa buong section na to, majority ng shear stress ay concentrated dito sa web. Kasi manipis siya. No? Kaya sa steel design, ito yung ginagamit natin na computation kapag nagde-design tayo for web. No? Or kapag nag-analyze tayo for web or web design. Okay? So, yan yung tinatawag na web shear stress. Ngayon, ano yung V? So, syempre, gagamitin natin na V is yung maximum. Bagawin ko lang to, baka malito. Kasi kanina, 330. So, dapat ito ay 349.375. Okay, so anyway, this is our maximum shear, 124.75. So, we will have 124.75, gawin natin Newton, multiply natin na 1,000 over 465 times yung thickness ng web. So, ang thickness ng web, according to the problem, ay 11 mm. Okay, and that should give us the shear stress in the web, or the web shear stress. Okay, so that gives us 24.39 megapascal. So for number 2, that's letter B. Next, calculate the maximum shear stress at the neutral axis of the section. So ito naman, pinapahanap yung talagang actual shear stress sa neutral axis. So dito, ang gagamitin natin na computation for the shear stress is yung flexural shear stress, no? Okay, so yung VQ over IP. Alright, sa neutral axis. So dito. Okay? So again, to calculate the shear stress at the web, ang kailangan nating ma-solve dyan is yung Q, no? Yung statical moment of area. Okay, pero sa neutral axis kasi yun yung hinahanapan natin. So bali dito. Bali ito ngayon yung ano natin, fiber in question, yung nasa neutral axis. Okay, so dahil doon, kailangan nating ma-define ano tong moment of area nung either area above or below nitong ano na to, nitong fiber na to. Okay, so bali moment of area nito about the neutral axis. So because mahirap hanapin yun kapag T-section, so pwede natin hatiin no, into rectangle. So pwede hatiin na ganito. Tapos ito. Ayan. Lagyan na natin ng mga sukat. So ito ay BF, flange width, and that was 193. Tapos ang flange thickness 19. Okay? Tapos dahil ito half lang naman to ng D, so 465 over 2 to. Okay? So lumalabas ito ay 465 over 2 minus 19. And that gives us 213.5. Ayan. Okay? And then of course, ito is yung thickness ng web, which is 11. Okay, I think that's good, no? So let's now calculate the moment of area above the fiber in question, which is the neutral axis. So unahin na natin to, yung flange. So yung moment area niyan is yung area niya, which is 193, times yung thickness niya na 19, times itong moment arm na to. Yan, gano'n yan kalayo. Okay, and apparently that is just 213.5 plus kalahati ng 19, no? Yun yung moment arm niya. Okay, next, ito namang area na to. Yan. Okay? So, the dimensions are 11 by 213.5. And then what's the moment arm? So, yung centroid niya, ayan, second distance na to. And apparently, that is just 213.5 over 2, no? Okay, and that will be our statical moment of area above the neutral axis. So, kahit na wag na muna natin computein, so we can now proceed sa computation ng shear stress. That is VQ over IB. Yung V, once again, yung maximum shear stress, which is, maximum shear, which was 124.75. Gawin lang nating Newton, tapos lagay ko na dito Q and A over I. So yung I natin kanina ay 445 times 10 to the 6. And then B. So yung B, di ba yung thickness ng fiber? So in this case, ito na rin yung B. Yung B natin, which is going to be 11. times 11. Okay? And that will give us our shear stress, flexural shear stress about at the neutral axis. Okay, so ito naman yung statical moment of area. Okay, so that gives us 27.23 megapascals. Okay? And as you can see, ito yung actual shear stress dun sa neutral axis. As you can see, hindi sila nagkakalayo nung average shear stress dun sa web. Okay? Kasi nga, kapag wide flange, majority nga nung nung shear stress is dadalhin itong web. Okay, but anyway, our answer for number 3 is 27.2. Okay? And that's how we solve this problem.